far away, ancient land called England, there became a struggle between good and evil. The good represented by Merlin the magician or the wizard, the evil represented by the evil Queen Map. One day, after much blood and devastation over the land, after much blood and devastation over the land, they met for one of the last times. Merlin the magician looked at Lot, or Queen Map, and said, "You shall be defeated. You shall be defeated.
You shall be defeated."
Queen Map said, "Never. Evil always triumphs. Never."
Evil always triumphs.
And then the evil Map again looked at Merlin and said, "Begone or I shall destroy you."
Begone or I destroy you.
And King Arthur replied, "I shall die before I run from you."
I shall die before I run from you.
And Merlin then picked up his wand, and Queen Map picked up her wand, and they began battle. It was a long and hard battle, but Queen Map was just too powerful, and she defeated Merlin, who fell. And Queen Map laughed. Louder she laughed. And she said, "You are weak, Merlin.
You are weak.
How dare you try to defeat me?"
How dare you try to
At the time,
Jamie, get out. Louis, get out of the picture.
Queen Map left in victory. As Merlin came to and recovered, Merlin realized that he needed help. He was not powerful enough to defeat Queen Map. "I must see the Lady of the Lake.
I must see the Lady of the Lake.
She will help me in my quest."
She will help me in my quest.
So Merlin traveled many, many days to see the Lady of the Lake. One day, he came upon a beautiful lake. From the lake sprang the Lady of the Lake. And Merlin approached her. Merlin approached her and said, "Lady of the Lake, can you help me?"
Lady of the Lake, can you help me?
And the Lady of the Lake said, "You are good, Merlin,
You are good, Merlin.
and I shall help you defeat Map."
And I shall help you to defeat Map.
"I shall give you the sword Excalibur."
I shall give you the sword Excalibur.
So the Lady of the Lake sank down into the lake. And down and down and up she came, holding above her head the sword, the holy sword Excalibur, which she gave to Merlin. She said to Merlin, "Here is the sword Excalibur.
Here's the sword Excalibur.
Guard it wisely, Merlin."
Guard it wisely, Merlin.
Because it is a good sword. Because,
It is a good sword.
and Merlin said, "Lady of the Lake,
Lady of the Lake,
I shall guard this sword wisely.
I shall guard this sword wisely.
It belongs only to the true King of England.
It only belongs to the true King of England.
And so as to ensure
To ensure
that no one else gets this sword,
that no one else gets this sword,
I shall stick it in a rock
I shall stick it in a rock
and cast a spell on it.
and cast a spell on it.
So Merlin took the mighty sword and stuck the sword in a huge rock. And there the sword lay, and Merlin cast a spell on the rock. And Merlin cast a spell out of the rock. And Merlin said, I cast a spell on you, magic sword and rock. That only the true King of England shall be able to take this sword from the rock. And so it was. For many years, many men attempted to pull the stone from the rock. Merlin, I am Sir Roger. May I try to pull the stone from the sword from the rock? For only the true king can pull the stone from the rock. It is not me. I am not the king, Merlin. Good day. And so one day, a young man by the name of Arthur came to Merlin. And Arthur said to Merlin, Merlin, can I pull the stone from the rock? And Merlin said, yes, Arthur, you may pull the stone from the rock.
Yes, Arthur, you may pull the sword from the rock.
Because the true king is the only one that can pull the sword from the rock.
It's the true king, it's the only one who can pull the sword from the rock.
And so Arthur placed his small hands on the sword in the rock and pulled with all his might. And the sword came out. And Merlin said, Arthur, you are the true king of the Britons. And with that, Merlin took a crown and placed it on Arthur's head and said, Arthur, I dub you King of England.
Arthur, I dub you King of England.
And so it was. There was a new King of England. And now Merlin knew that it was time to go and face the evil Queen Map. She must be defeated, Arthur.
She must be defeated, Arthur.
And Arthur replied, yes, Merlin, we must beat her. We must beat her. So Merlin and Arthur traveled many days. And then one day, King Arthur and Merlin, after many days of travel, met face to face with the evil Queen Map. Back up. Get back. Go this way. Go that way. Go this way. Now get over. That way. Back. Yeah, right there. Right there. Now I got you. All right. Now, Queen Map then said to King Arthur and Merlin, how dare you return here? Queen Map said to King Arthur and Merlin, how dare you return here?
How dare you return here?
And with that, Queen Map said, you shall die.
You shall die.
Evil can never defeat, or good can never defeat evil, Queen Map said. And then Queen Map laughed. And King Arthur said, Queen Map, you will never defeat us. And Arthur said, Queen Map, you shall never defeat us.
Queen Map, you will never.
And then Arthur yelled it again, Queen Map, you will never defeat us.
I'll do it.
And then Merlin said, Queen Map, you shall never defeat us.
Queen Map, you shall never defeat us.
And then the battle raged. And as the battle raged, there was much magic between powerful Nap and the powerful Merlin. But then King Arthur came with the sword Excalibur and hit Queen Nap. Down went Queen Nap. And Arthur said to Merlin, "We must forget her. We must forget her."
We must forget her.
And Merlin agreed, "Yes, we must forget her and she will die."
Yes, we must forget her and she will die.
And with that, King Arthur and Merlin left to go home and to live their life happily ever after. And that is the story of King Arthur.
Yeah, she had
Yeah, she does, Mom, but we're in the middle of this. You go up and start talking. You know I'm still in the middle of it? And when I'm taping it? Alright. Alright, now you guys want to go in and watch this?
Okay. Yeah.
Oh,
No,
God.
run.
Alright, here we go. Let's go watch our movie. Okay. And before we go watch our movie,
He just had.
we're going to meet the actors here. First of all, we have King Arthur. King Arthur, would you like to say something for the camera? You got to say something.
Here, I'll tell you something to say.
King Arthur.
Go ahead, say it.
Hey, that's what you see.
What do you say?
Live the king.
Say, long live the king.
Long live the king.
Say it loud, Lou.
Long live the king.
All right. And next is Queen Map. And what does Queen Map have to say? Anything?
Long live Queen Nap.
Okay. And next is, okay,
Long live Queen Nap.
okay. And next is Merlin. And what does Merlin have to say?
Let me think. Long. Magic shall never erase from evil.
Okay. And next we have the Lady on the Lake. What does the Lady on the Lake have to say?
Water must never travel. How about that? The water must never travel.
And with that, we end our show.